Hey everyone, Miss Star here. Today we're going to read a little Revelations. Revelations 10, page 1818. Sorry, my throat's kind of messed up. Anyway, so verse 9. And they had breastplates as it were breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running to battle. Verse 10. And they had tails like unto scorpions, and they were stings. Okay. And there were stings on their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months. Verse 11. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon. But in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollon. Okay. Verse 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more thereafter. Verse 13. And the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4th horns of the golden altar which is before God. Verse 14. Saying to the 6th angel, which had the trumpet, loose the fourth angel, which are bound in the great ever Epaphras. Verse 15. And the 4th angel were loosened, which were departed. And the 4th angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the 3rd part of men. Verse 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. Verse 17. And thus I say, my voice. Verse 17. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire of the jackaloth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. Verse 18. By these 3 was the 3rd part of men killed by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouths. Verse 19. For their power is in their mouth, and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. Verse 20. And the rest of the men which were not killed by the plagues, yet repented not of their works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold, and silver, and brass, and stone, and of wood, which neither can see, nor hear, nor walk. Verse 21. Neither repented of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thieves. thefts. Chapter 10. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a white cloth. I don't want to ruin this. I don't want to add or take away, so I'm going to do this again. Chapter 10. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head, and his face was as it were the sun, and his feet as pillars of fire. Verse 2. And he had in his hand a little book opened, and he set his right foot upon the sea, and his left foot on the earth. Verse 3. And cried with a loud voice as when a lion roareth. And when he had cried, 7 thunders uttered their voices. Verse 4. And then the 7 thunders had uttered with voices. I was about to write, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Seal up those things which the 7 thunders uttered, and write them not. Verse 5. And an angel which I saw stand upon the sea and upon the earth lifted up his hand to heaven. Verse 6. And swear by him that liveth forever and ever, who created heaven and all these things that there are, that therein are, and the earth and the things that thereon are, and the sea, and the things which are therein that are. Sorry, I'm tired. I've been doing work all day today. I'm not very good of a reader, but I'm going to do this, darn it. Let's do this again. Verse 7. But in those days of the voice of the 7 angels, when he shall be the sound of mystery, of God should be finished, as he hath declared to his servants the prophets. Verse 8. I apologize, y'all. I'm just really, really tired. But I promise God I'm going to do this. Read a little out of this Revelation every day, just about. But mostly Sundays. But I basically said every day. But right now I'm just so tired. All right, what was I? Verse 9. And I went unto the angel and saw unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. Verse 10. See, people, that's why I don't read the Bible. I really do bad job reading the Bible. But I'm going to do it. Suffer through it with me. Verse 10. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up. And it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. Verse 11. And he said unto me, Thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings. Chapter 11. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood saying, Rise and measure the temple of God and the altar, and then tongue-tied. Chapter 11. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of God, and the altar, and them that worship therein. Verse 2. But the court which is without the temple, leave out the measure, it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. And the holy city shall they tread under foot 42 months. Verse 3. Verse 3 now. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. Verse 4. These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. Verse 5. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth, and devour their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. Verse 6. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues, as often as they will. Verse 7. And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit shall make war against, turning the page, shall make war against them, and shall overcome them and kill them. I'm going to stop right there, and I'll read some more tomorrow. Y'all have a good day.